while only 40% trust Clinton. She does have the edge in other key areas, including foreign policy, social issues, and education. But the poll finds the economy and national security are the two issues voters rate as most important. Guy, is she in
The New York Times CBS poll out today that has Hillary Clinton leading Donald Trump by 6 points, unlike our poll that has him up by 3. But if you look at the internals, and you just pointed to some of the numbers, it really underscores this data, how weak and vulnerable she is. And it's funny. Trump is leading on the economy. Trump is leading on terrorism and national security. Her advantages are on foreign policy and social issues. And I think there's a really robust case to be prosecuted against her on those as well. On social issues, she's been craven on gay rights. She's only doing what is politically expedient for her entire career. She's an extremist on abortion. And on foreign policy, I mean, good Lord, Libya was her baby. So if Donald Trump is able to just do some homework and be briefed on just a couple key talking points against her, he might be able to erode her advantages even on those areas where she's leading.
Jillian, what is this? Oh, you have a response.
Well, I just have a different take, right? So if I read this poll correctly, we hear that she's on par with Trump when it comes to responsibly using military force abroad. She beats him on the nuclear issue, and he beats her on terrorism. So that's kind of a wash. They cancel each other out.
But Jillian, make some sense of that. I mean, we're talking about a former Secretary of State running up against a businessman, and they say that he's going to do a better job.
Here's where her track record hurts and helps, right? I mean, the Democrats bill her as the most experienced candidate to ever run for president on foreign policy, which is true on paper. She's got the most years on the log, right? But what comes along with that is a proven track record, and people are going to look at that and evaluate that for themselves and decide if they agree. We were talking earlier about when you go to the polls, right? Do you judge a candidate's approach and their intentions, or do you judge the outcome when you're thinking about foreign policy? And that's an important nuance that I think a lot of people are going to have trouble, like me, independents, reconciling. Maybe you view with her more hawkish approach to the national defense, but you see what's happened in countries like Libya, where she was really the key stakeholder. And you can't help.
It's a failure.
Right.
It's a failure.
So how do you evaluate that, right? It's better that we went along with her plan than we stood totally back and did nothing after we reneged on the red line. But look where we are now. It's hard to evaluate.
Kennedy, let's talk about one of my favorite subjects. It's always about me, right? What voters think about the economy, the top issue for voters. As far as when they were asked, are they better off today than when President Obama entered office back in 2008? This is our Fox News polling. It showed that 26%, just 26%, believe that they're better off today than when he took office. 26% believe that they're worse off today. 47%, no change.
I mean, that's stunning. That's when we were right in the Great Recession. And I think what these numbers show, and it's impossible to overstate them, because if the two major issues are the economy and security, and he's doing better than she is, and if you ask people, are you better off? And they're saying, no, absolutely not. I mean,